there was like a chick. And like the longer I would zone out, she would like rotate and go onto my dick. Alright, let me tell you about one of the most intense Molly trips of my life. Now, this isn't just a Molly high. No, this is a fucking trip. This is a trip, so let's just get right into it. Now, I was trying to turn into like a supernatural Illuminati member at this point, right? So I had a bunch of acid and some Molly. Now, day by day, I would take these acid tabs at night to try and stay awake at night, right? Because I'm like, I have to reach a week without sleep so I can turn into my like supernatural self, so I can like save the Illuminati, right? So that's what I was trying to do. But like, I had some like Vyvanse too, like some Adderall, and that helped. But like, I just couldn't seem to like, I kept falling asleep like on day 2 and like day 3 and shit. And it was just pissing me off, you know what I mean? I was running out of acid. Now, I was trying to save the Molly for like day like 5, 6 to get that extra kick, you know what I'm saying? I was just doing like just acid for like the first like 3 days. That was my plan, just acid and coffee. And then that's what was gonna get me through those days, right? Then I was saving my Molly for that like extra kick for the last day, so then I could cross the border and turn into a fucking demon, you know what I mean? Like, that was my plan. But I just kept falling asleep like on day 3 and shit. And these were like nice trips, like they weren't even freaky. I was just like dying and shit, you know what I mean? Not really, but like mentally dying type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like dying but not dying, like some alien shit. So that's what I was trying to do for a while. Then eventually I just went on this Molly binge, right? I just had this super fire Molly. Super fire. Like, this was like my first time like ever taking Molly too. Like, my first time using Molly, not my first time taking it. Like, this is the first batch of Molly I ever bought, is what I meant. So this is my first experiences with Molly. And it was super fire Molly. Like, L Molly. So there's, I should tell you other stories about when I first took this Molly. But let's just get into this time now. This kind of intertwines, because as soon as I found out about this Molly, I went on a binge right away. Just taking it every day, you know what I mean? Just like communicating with Future, the phone's ringing. Yo, if you see my last story when Future hit me on the phone, now my phone's ringing, that's what it's about. And Lil Uzi, I was just about to say, the phone's ringing. Talking to Lil Uzi Vert on the phone, talking to Future on the phone, you know, my cyberspace phone. Why is the phone fucking ringing? But yeah, that was like in this period, just like fucking great times, great fucking trips. But, one day, I took like a lot of this Molly, right? Then I went out with some friends and played some basketball. Now, I was starting to come down off this Molly while we were playing basketball, so I was like tripping and shit. I just like couldn't play D. I couldn't play D. I was fucking James Harden. I was Harden, bro. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, this can't be good. And like, it was starting to hit me too. I was like, this is like huge what I'm doing. This is like fucking huge what I'm trying to do. And my friend sat me down and had this talk with me. He's like, you fuck with spiders? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Yes, I fuck with spiders type shit. Like, that was my symbol. I'm like, what the fuck? Did you see that video I made? Is there a spider on my roof? Then I deleted it. What the fuck? But he's like, yeah, do you fuck with spiders? I'm like, fuck yeah. You're getting creepy, you know what I mean? And he sat down, he's like, we were like rolling a blunt or a joint. And he's like, he just whispered like while we're rolling, he's like, you gotta keep going, bro. I'm like, what? Did I hear you correctly? He's like, you gotta keep going. I'm like, fucking bet, but that just made it that much more intense and creepy, you know what I mean? Dude, people don't just be saying that to you. Like, what do you mean I have to keep going? I do have some more Molly left. Bet. The night went on, we smoked another joint before I left. It was just me and the other kids left. Smoked a joint, we just talked, you know what I'm saying? I went home like fucking like hype type shit, cause I'm like, no way this kid is like with the shits too. Like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Later find out he's a dragon, which is cool. But like I was like, we're like with the shits together? No fucking way. Like, you need to teach me the ways. I'm just learning type shit. So yeah, I went home after we smoked this joint, and the weed wasn't even getting me high at this point. I was just like, I take so much of this Molly, man. But I got home, I'm like, midnight rolled around. I'm like, I need some more of this Molly now. I have like a gram left. Now, taking a gram of this super fire Molly, especially when I was first getting into Molly, sounded like crazy to me. So I'm like, let's fucking do it. Let's see if we can cross the border, but start with Molly this time instead of acid. And then, like, it was like a ladder, so, like, you just get the shit when you need it. That's how it was working for me. I was, like, in the Matrix. So, like, when I needed new shit, kids would just hit me up, like, on some creepy timing shit. You know what I mean? So I'm like, maybe we'll just climb the ladder and we'll find what we need type shit. So let's start with Molly, see if this works. Now, I took one dose, right? Like 0.2 in some water, drank it, got pretty high. And as the night went on, I just kept doing that. Put 0.2 more in, drank it. Now, I was getting pretty high, and I did it again. Put 0.2 in, drank it. And I did this until I got to a gram. Now, this was over the period of like half an hour. No, not even. It must have been like an hour and a half. Because like I would wait till I felt it and then drank more. Like I would parachute it. That's called parachuting, right? So I parachuted a whole gram, which is like a really intense way to do it, right? Or like a really like nice way to do it. So maybe it's because I parachuted it that this happened. Anyways. Basically, I started to get like really high, right? I've never seen shit on Molly. But I started to see shit. Right? Now get this. There was like spiders crawling on the edges of everything. Like on my arms and legs. And there was like like not even digital. Like spiders crawling everywhere. Like on the edges of my walls and like on my body and shit. And I would like look at my arms and like, right? I would like look at my arms and legs and there was like spiders crawling on it. Now I could like not focus on it and they would like disappear, but then when I like thought of it again, or like focus on like, whoa, there's like spiders on my arms, they would like come back. Or like when I really focused on it, they would like come back, you know what I mean? And they were just like everywhere, like on the edges of everything. Like it wasn't scary either, it was just weird, you know what I mean? But that's not all. Eventually I started to see some demons in my room, like some demon bitches. Like this guy was outside my door. Like, it was a girl, actually. And she just peeked in. She's like, hello? Like, some creepy shit. But it wasn't scary. It was just weird. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then there was, like, 2 or 3 demons in my room at the point where, like, fully kicked in. But that's not even the weirdest shit. Let me get to the weird shit. So at this point, I'm, like, really high, right? Like, I'm thinking this shit's laced with crack or some shit. Which it could have been, because it was fire. You know what I'm talking about? But, like, I'm so high to the point where, like, I'm barely feeling it in my body. Like, I'm just seeing shit now. Like, I feel like I was just on a mad binge. You know what I mean? But when I started to, like, zone out, I would, like, start to swirl outside my body. Like, I was about to leave my fucking body. I'm like, whoa. That's insane. So I would, like, focus again, and I'd be back in my body. I'd be like, okay, let's do this again. That was fucking sick. I would, like, focus, like, zone out, start spinning in circles, and I would look, like, down on my body, and I could see a silhouette of my body coming out of my body. And I was like, whoa. Focus mode, get back in there. So I tried again. I'm like, I could definitely leave my body right now if I just, like, completely laid back. But I didn't. I'm like, I don't want to. So I did it again. And then, like, I would have to, like, catch myself every time so I didn't leave my body. Like, I know now it's not possible, but at the time I was like, I could definitely leave my body. Like, I'm, like, right on the edge. And then I just, like, catch myself when I was right on the edge. You know what I mean? So I tried it a few more times, and eventually it got to the point where, like, I could, like, zone out, like, in a different way. Like, you may be like, what do you mean zone out in a different way? But, like, when you're in your own head, it makes more sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, there's a different method of zoning out I could do. And when I did that, I would see this chick, this thick chick, like a ghost chick. It was like a white, bluish silhouette, all this shit. Like, the demons were a white, blue silhouette, the spiders were, like, kind of like that in black. And, like, my silhouette was, like, whitish, bluish, sorry. Yeah, so, like, when I did that method and I was, like, zoning out, there was, like, a chick. And, like, the longer I would zone out, she would, like, rotate and go onto my dick. Like, facing that way. And everything. Like, what's that position even called? But I was like, whoa. That was creepy. So, but I'm like, what if I could, like, fuck this chick right now? So I did it again. She was, like, getting close. It was, like, shaking. It was, like trying to get there. I'm like, no. I was too afraid to do that. Then I did it again. And she started to go down on my dick. I'm like, whoa. Then I just didn't touch that again. You know what I mean? Because that was fucking insane. But I'm like, I could definitely fuck this chick right now. But I'm just that boss. I just did it. No, I was fucking scared. That's not even the craziest part. When I was in my room, like, this is, like, prior to seeing the demons. I should have mentioned it before. But I could hear the friend that I was talking to, like, that said, you gotta keep going. I could hear him in my room. We were talking to each other through our brains, bro. Him and another friend that lives close to me, like, my good friend. So, like, I could literally hear him, his voice. And then, like, I would say something, and I could hear, like, my voice played out, and it would send to him. You know what I mean? Like, look at this ring on my finger, by the way. So random. But, yo, I could hear his voice, and we were, like, talking to each other, like, through that. But later find out it's probably just her. But we were like, hey, what's up, bro? What's going on? But, like, you can do that shit. You know what I mean? Like, crazy. But yeah, I was having a conversation with them, and then I put that aside. I was focused on the demons and the spiders at this point, you know what I mean? The chick trying to sit on my dick. But later, something crazier happened. The fucking devil showed up in my room. I'm not even fucking joking. It was like a clown, like, jester. It was like, it did like one of those cartoony, creepy, like, haunted things where it, like, swirls into your room, like, through, like, a time warp. It was a time warp. I'm not even kidding. It was a time warp. So I thought time was warping. Because, like, my movements looked like that, too. Like, I thought I was warping through time. The devil shows up in my room. He's like, I forget what he said. It was like a clown jester. And I forget what he said. But then he just went back in his time warp and left my room. So at this point, I'm like, I definitely just sold something. So at this point, I'm like, I'm definitely on the verge of selling something by accident. This is creepy. I'm in a time warp. Like, I literally thought I was warping time. And I thought I was selling something by accident. So I stopped the Molly. I stopped the drugs. And I went into, like, an extreme state of paranoia. Not extreme. Like, a really fun state of paranoia for, like, a couple months. Until I figured this shit out with Westro. You know what I mean? We talked about it. But that brings me to, like, my next topic, which I can't even get into right now because there's so much. Like, I'd have to think about it first. But that is my most insane Molly trip ever.